dimensions with sizes on the order of 1 to 2 nanometers in diameter. And I'll show you how quantum effects can really begin to play a role on the far-field optical properties of such small particles. Then I'll show you how we can use an electron beam to manipulate pairs of particles to change their interparticle separation. And when particles become sufficiently close, they get to a size regime where electrons can tunnel between each particle. And this electron tunneling also has significant importance on the far-field optical response of such coupled particles. Lastly, we'll build up from 1 particle to 2 particles to n particles, where when we have n particles basically arranged in ring-like forms, we can create tiny AC magnets, so optical frequency magnets, that respond strongly to the driving magnetic field of light and give us the opportunity to make a metamaterial fluid or a metamaterial paint that exhibits a negative refractive index. So first, let's have a brief primer on the plasmon resonances of conducting particles. We'll consider a particle. It can be either a metal or a heavily doped semiconductor, and we'll assume that light is incident on this particle. We can think about light as an AC electric field that causes the free electrons or the conduction electrons in the particle to oscillate in response to this driving electric field. So locally, we can consider the particle, if it's much smaller than the wavelength, to have a polarizability that depends upon its radius r, as well as its permittivity, epsilon, and the permittivity of the surrounding medium. And then this polarizability directly impacts things like the scattering and absorption cross-section of the particle. So if we consider, for example, silver, a silver nanoparticle embedded in vacuum, you'll notice that the polarizability, so where the dipole moment of those conduction electrons in the particle is maximized, the polarizability is maximized when epsilon of the particle is equal to -2, assuming epsilon of the medium is equal to 1. Our particle is